Lauren Windsor with the Undercurrent, the Young Turks. You mentioned that it was more of a patriotic issue, but isn't it also just on the basis of free market economics, more free market? I mean, you would have the argument of, you shouldn't set regulations, set a price floor for labor because it will cause jobs to go overseas, but don't you think that it's more free market in that you're taking all of these people off of subsidies, corporate welfare? Like, which one is the...
Look, the role of government is not to set is to set a foundation, right? So this is a foundational issue, and we know that capitalism works best when everyone understands the rules of the road. What we've got over here right now is we've got certain sectors of the economy that are essentially privatizing profits, socializing costs, and that's not fair. It's not fair to other businesses that are not doing that, either because the cost of our labor, I'm in the technology sector, I don't have anybody on my staff down to the people that answer the phone that make less than $16 an hour, and I couldn't possibly benefit from it, and that's not the reason I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it's wrong. And there are certain sectors of the economy that are benefiting from opportunities that are afforded to them by frankly, their lobbying, and we are here to say it's wrong. It's not an issue of left or right, it's an issue of right. What's right and what's wrong.
There's another question. Can we afford it? We're talking about $10 an hour. We just spent a month in Australia, and before that we were in New Zealand. Those two countries have $15 an hour minimum wages. They're very prosperous. Their total wealth as a country certainly is not more than America, but they're prosperous, and they got through the Great Recession much more strongly than America did, despite their $15 an hour minimum wage. So that high minimum wage, much higher than anybody is proposing here today, has contributed to their economy, not undermined it.
And Guy, did you see a McDonald's while you were in New Zealand?
We did, yes.
and were they boarded up and closed down?
They were selling burgers.
They were doing well.
Were they doing okay?
But the economic efficiency argument, which I think is what you addressed, okay?
May I clarify that?
Yes.
For all of the Ayn Rand, Milton Friedman junkies of the world, is it a greater sin to institute a price floor for labor, or to, enable workers to get off, or corporations rather, to get off of the government goal?
It's the latter, because if you look at it and economists have looked at this for decades, the wages of low-wage workers are artificially depressed. They're being subsidized. Their employers are being subsidized by the government, and that is artificially depressing wages. So if you want the market to be more efficient, there's no such thing as a perfectly efficient market, but if you wanted the market to be more efficient, you would end the subsidies and raise the minimum wage.
But if Ayn Rand was here, what she would look at was simply the comparison of Costco to Walmart. Costco, its employees receive no subsidy from the states in which it's located because its minimum wage is $12. Yet we know that half of Walmart's employees receive some form of state assistance. And that is the single comparison that an Ayn Rand or a free marketer would make, is company by company, exact same industry doing exactly the same thing, and one is subsidized by all of us and the government indirectly, and the one is not. That's not a free market.
Undercurrent under the surface makes the mainstream get so nervous. It's time for purpose, for news to serve us, not